hard there, Mateta. Steve McLaren is out of the Manchester United dugout to protest, but it's not going to change the decision. And McLaren is, well, he's smiling now as he speaks to the fourth official. It is a Crystal Palace free kick on this slick playing surface. Had a bit of rain in London. 2-0 up the home team. And no trouble in the second half really for Crystal Palace as yet. That brief little warning that disallowed Casemiro goal.
Yeah, they've started doing it a little bit better, Man U. Still no threat, but they've started a little bit better, a bit more on the front foot.
Anthony just inside opposition territory, robbed of possession by the very industrious Hughes. Maybe he'll do enough to get a new contract in the summer, who knows. Without Czech Doucouré, remember, Crystal Palace, and Jefferson Lerma as well, two key midfield players, although Lerma's been playing at centre-half of late, and they might win it back high up the pitch here. Good sliding tackle by Dalot to roll it back to Casemiro, who then finds Onana. Onana right in front of that big stand behind the goal, the Holmesdale Road end, as Wan-Bissaka in the left-back position against his old club wins a throw in the left-back position. And of course, such are Manchester United's problems. Danny and I have alluded to it, and we spoke about it before the game as well with Adrian. There just isn't really the ammunition on the bench to change the game, you wouldn't think.
Well, sometimes with young players you don't know till you put them in. If you look at Liverpool this season, there was times where the players were going on the pitch, nobody knew who they were, and they certainly did by the time they'd come off the pitch.
And players like Jayden Danns that we saw in the FA Cup and the League Cup final, given away by Klein, cross-field, intercepted by Anthony in the centre circle. Anthony trying to go up through the gears. He's played it on towards Hoyland, the pass behind Hoyland. Garnacho looks really frustrated as well because he was also in space. Anthony couldn't find either of them. What a bit of word exchange there from Anthony as well.
He's had a few with Hoyland, keeps blaming everybody else for his bad passing.
Elise darts infield from the right, looking dangerous, plays it towards the left, and there's space, acres of space on the left, the far side for Mitchell. The initial pass didn't reach him, but he eventually has time to play it back to Eza, who gets it back! Eza steers it wide! Glorious flick from Michael Elise into the path of Eberechi Eza. When those two combine, they are one of the deadliest duos in the Premier League. And Eza tried to curl it beyond Onana, not too close in the end to finding the far post. Stays 2-0.
Beautiful, beautiful football. Should have done better, really. It's not a difficult chance. I mean, the give and go. I mean, Eriksen's got to do more. Give and go is you've just got to make a block or stay with your runner. It's so easy to play against this Man United side. Casemiro diving in on Elise as well, but Eriksen can't he just turned and walked. Brilliant little interplay though from two wonderfully gifted players.
And here they come again. It's Elise with the dancing feet, nudges it square to Eza on the edge of the area. Mitchell is the man over on the left, and Onana turns it behind. I think it ricocheted off his chest. Dalot screaming for support. He's not getting it. Anthony's having another sulk in the 18-yard box, and it's a corner to Crystal Palace, who lead 2-0 and look the more likely to score again. Danny Murphy.
They do. I thought it was a great move again. Another overload. Talked about the wing backs at half time. That's the decision making when you get in there. He's got to pull that across the goal. He's got to square that. It's too tight an angle. And Onana this time in the right position. Good save. But he's got to fire that across the goal. You've just got to make better decisions when you get overloads like that.
Talk Sport, corner to Crystal Palace, whipped in by Elise, left-footed, Richards climbing, headed away, he'll drop out to Hughes on the half volley, and Onana makes a diving save to his left. Thought that he might have held it initially there, the goalkeeper. It did come through a crowd as Will Hughes sought a very rare goal, and it's another corner to Crystal Palace.
He did well, Hughes, waited for it, he couldn't take it, so he had to wait for it, and then did the old paintbrush, the old dipping volley.
Yes, it's a nice picture, that, actually. You're absolutely right. A little swish from Will Hughes. Corner's taken short by Elise, who gets it back. Madam Wharton. Elise crosses dead ball line, cut out of the near post by Hoyland. It'll come back to Wharton, who measures that cross beautifully to the back post. Mitchell makes it 3. The flag stays down, and Manchester United are falling to pieces at Selhurst Park. Tyring Mitchell, one of their own, is there to score for Crystal Palace, and they now lead Manchester United by 3-0.
Well, how many times have we talked about the wing-backs being free to come in? I mean, it's all from a corner, 2v1 on the corner. Lise gets the ball in the box, half clearance from United. Wharton puts a super ball back in. I think it's Anderson on the back post. Does really well, nice and strong. Anderson on the back post against Dallow, just gets there first. And there's so many players in there, could have fell to any of them. And Mitchell's in there.
Mitchell there to rifle it beyond Onana.
Yeah, it's actually a set play, it's not an overload from a wing-back.
Now, is there a problem here for Dallow and Onana, who's in conversation with the referee? I wonder, are they checking the goal here, Danny, because the referee's still standing inside the 18-yard box.
Well,
Dallow's receiving some treatment. It is 3-0 as far as we know.
They check every goal, don't they?
Amrabat's going to come on for Manchester United. This is such a pale imitation of the great Manchester United teams of the past, even with the injury issues, and you have to mention that in the context of what Erik ten Hag's had to deal with. But this is, I mean, you played against a lot of great Manchester United sides, Danny. This is absolutely nothing like it.
No, but it's, you know what, I know there's a lot of injuries, and there's too many times this season we've seen United cut open. He's bringing Anthony off. Do you know what, I praise Ten Hag for that. His attitude, moaning at everybody else when he hits a bad pass, not running back, whinging because someone moves when he passes it. Well done, Ten Hag. Well done. I'm all for that.
Amrabat.
You can lose and you can play badly. But you don't whinge at your own players and throw your arms in the air. You keep doing the job and you keep fighting. And Anthony constantly throwing his arms in the air and moaning at people. Good decision. On a more positive note, Palace fans are in heaven.
I was going to say, listen to Selhurst. It'll be 4 unbeaten in the Premier League for Crystal Palace. Surely at 3-0. No way back for Manchester United, even with half an hour to go. Amrabat has come on for Anthony here. And now they've put Garnacho on the right, haven't they, Danny, and Mount on the left, and Dallow is temporarily off injured. He'll come back on now. 3-0 down. They've now conceded 80 goals in all competitions for the season, Manchester United.
Palace shape's really good without the ball. Really like it. Compact. Distances between players is good. They move up together, they drop together. They've got good legs in the team. It's working well for them. I know they're not up against United's strong team tonight, but even in recent weeks we've seen it against West Ham, Newcastle, Liverpool. Really nice unit. He's implemented his style really quickly.
He certainly has.
It isn't easy to do. It really isn't easy to do.
Not in the middle of a Premier League season when they looked in trouble at one point.
Yeah, real trouble.
Here's Garnacho raiding down the right for Manchester United. You have to feel for the travelling fans. Back it goes to Mainu, dinks in the cross over the head of both Mount and Højlund, and out of play harmlessly in the end for a goal kick. 03717 223344 to speak to Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy once we're done here tonight on Talk Sport, and tomorrow morning more reaction with Jeff Stenning and Annie McCoist on Talk Sport Breakfast from 6 o'clock. Erik ten Hag to the edge of his technical area again. Must
Fair
not
play
to
the Man U fans.
Yeah,
they're all there. They're not gone.
Absolutely not. Mount has turned away down the left, plays an early ball in towards Højlund. It spins off his left boot, it'll fall to Garnacho, couldn't quite get it under control. It was a difficult ball to bring out of the air, and now he's had to spin away from the edge of the penalty area, back towards the back of the box by Casemiro towards Eriksen, and Dallow in the right wing position is able to win Manchester United their second corner. They're 3-0 down. And so here, perhaps an opportunity to threaten for Manchester United. They have rarely threatened in the game, certainly seriously. Casemiro is the potential target again. Evans and Højlund and Dallow and Mainu are also in there, whipped in by Eriksen towards the near post. Casemiro! Flying header tipped away by Henderson. Good stop against his old club, and Casemiro was onside that time. And Crystal Palace can't quite get it clear. Garnacho's in the box, a weaving run, left-footed effort that's blocked from the edge of the penalty area. Sea of red and blue shirts in front of Garnacho.
Oh dear.
Eze dancing forward from a very tight area. He's dribbled infield from the left. He's got past 3 and he's played a beauty of a ball to Elise down the left-hand side. Mateta in the middle. Munoz at the far post, cleared away by Amrabat, and Eberechi Eze continues to toy with Manchester United, although some of those challenges were quite half-hearted, it felt like to me, as Wan-Bissaka scampers forward towards the halfway line. And now here's Højlund back to goal just inside the Crystal Palace half. 3-0 Palace lead, 63 minutes gone. Here's Danny Murphy.
Just a pleasure to watch, isn't it, at times? I mean, the last thing you want to do, I don't know why Casemiro keeps trying to dive in on him, because he just spins you. It gets frustrating, I suppose, and you just want to give him a whack, but the way he glides with the ball and his pace and his strength, he's a beautifully balanced footballer. And the pass was lovely as well. He really is a star in the making. I know he's a bit late in terms of his development than others, but he's ready now, ready for the big time.
Still only 25, plenty of time to go in what is a very exciting career. Just hope he can stay fit from Crystal Palace's perspective. Good ball, Menu out to the right, Garnacho forward to Dalot in the area, dead ball line, chips in the cross, it'll drop to Højlund at the back post. He can't quite knot it down. He was sandwiched in between two Crystal Palace defenders, Munoz and Klein, and Munoz comes away with the ball. That's a poor clearance upfield.
Very poor.
Maybe just slightly dropped their level since scoring the third, Crystal Palace here. There's been a little bit of a reaction too from Manchester United.
Yeah, I think unfortunately in football, when you go 3 up, instinct is to protect what you've got.
Yeah.
And not enhance. You know, you have that little bit right, we've got the game won, we just can take you, just drop off and let them have it a little bit. You've got to be careful with that mentality.
Chested down by Højlund to Kobbie Mainoo. Højlund surely shoved over there by Anderson. Looked like it was just inside the penalty area. Erik ten Hag appeals, arms outstretched, he can't believe it, nothing's been given. Crystal Palace have the ball back. It did look like there was